Hey y'all, I'm JamesWright, and welcome back for another wizarding adventure. We have the next brilliant event coming up. Yay! Professors are very, very happy because we need more of the restricted section books. So let's dive in and figure out how to get those 15 restricted section books. Now, as brilliant events goes, this one will be fairly standard. We seem to have gotten into a pretty solid rhythm of what to expect in a brilliant event. And so this one will fall into those characteristics. There are a few interesting things about this, which we'll get to here in a moment. Now, before we jump into that, I just have to talk about Community Day, which will be coming up this Saturday. So the Community Day is coming up before the brilliant event. Normally, I hold off on talking about the brilliant event until the Sunday before, but there's a few things to know ahead of time. So I want to talk about that right now. But for the Community Day coming this Saturday, there was a slip-up in communication, and for some reason they said that the dark detectors during the Community Day will only bring high, severe, and emergency traces. That was wrong. They will be bringing the normal assortment of all sorts of things. Yes, dark detectors will be very good in that they last longer, and that will be a very good source of doing most of the grinding for Community Day. Just be aware that you are going to be getting other things other than just high, medium, and severe. So let's dive into the brilliant event and head over here to the hub. And this is one of my favorite places for information. It comes straight from the horse's mouth, and it's a good collection on here. This brilliant event will be split up into two parts, one of them starting this coming Tuesday on the 21st, and both of them will be focusing on the man himself, Albus Dumbledore. So it will be a lot of things around him and having to do with him, which will be kind of interesting, and I'm really, really looking forward to seeing the dialogue. I'm hoping they do a little bit more of the story growth in there, but who knows? We'll see what comes up. So as always, they'll be starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, so that's 1 p.m. my time in Central, or 11 a.m. in Pacific Time, and you just have to figure out where you are around the world to figure that out. We'll be starting on the 21st and going through February 4th. It'll be starting on the 21st and going through the 28th, 1 week long, and then the next one will be starting after that on the 4th to the 11th, so we have a week off in between. So that's what we kind of had before. You had a week of brilliant event, a week off, a week of brilliant event. We'll see if the next one then kicks off a week after that, but I don't know. We'll find out. So some of these specials about this: the Barufio's Brain Elixir will last for an entire hour, so get out there and do some XP grinding. That will be very, very useful. I really like that from the last event, having an hour-long Barufio's Brain Elixir. It was just, it's a nice thing, because there's a lot of times where I'm out for an hour, and most of the time, if a half hour, then I have to use two of them. So yeah, I do like that. There will be a free store pack that comes with 1 silver key, and then a bunch of things you need for a Stimulo potions, and then 25 energy. The big thing in the rewards for this is you will get 15 restricted section books, not just 14, but all 15 during this event. And the one thing I'm really looking forward to is right down here, the brilliant port keys will take us to Dumbledore's office. So as soon as I get one of those, I'm probably going to be doing another exploration video, get a close-up on that. There are a lot of things I want to see in this, especially like dark detectors, because, you know, he always had some whirling on his desk. Does that mean that they will look like they do in the game, or do they look like that in the movie? There's lots of things. I'm really looking forward to actually diving into this. So Dumbledore's office will be the 3K port key for this one. So let's actually come down here and dive into the quests, because as normal, there will be a series of 4 quests. Quest number 1, these are going to be really, really hard, so brace yourself. Number 1, you're going to have to cast 5 good casts, so make sure you're not casting fair casts. Oof, that's going to be difficult. Number 2, you're going to have to return 10 foundables. Ooh, yeah, okay. And number 3, you're going to have to use 2 potions. So yeah, this will take all of 30 seconds. Yeah, just do 5 good casts. If you're getting 10 foundables, you're probably going to do at least 5 good casts or better. So yeah, but that'll bring you 1 restricted section book. On to the next set, you're going to have to return Fox 5 times. He'll be one of the wild foundables, one of the brilliant foundables. And then you're going to have to actually successfully cast Arresto Momentum 3 times. Now, some people are really worried about being able to find 3 foundables with Arresto Momentum. I don't think that's going to be an issue with the Brilliance. But if you do have a problem with it, what you can do is you can do it very slowly, as Brita's actually saying right up here. If you do it very slowly, then you'll have a lower chance that it's going to return it, but it will be completing the cast. So theoretically, if you did it 3 times, and each time did it very slowly, as long as you do it within the time limit, then you will be able to get 3 of the same Arresto Momentum casts on the same Foundable. And then here you're going to have to brew 3 potions. Now, this is when they are spinning above the cauldron. When you actually click on them, that is when they go into access. So what you can do is, before this event, have your potions ready to brew, and don't click on those 3 until the event starts, and then you can click on the 3 once you get to this point in the quests and be able to complete those quickly. On to the next section of 3. We're going to be, number 1, returning Brilliant Dumbledores. You're going to do that 5 times. So just like the fox, that will be the other wild Brilliant Foundable we'll be looking for. Number 2, you're going to have to do 3 great casts. Ooh, no. Yeah, some people will be complaining about that, but for most people, that's really not that much of an issue. If it is, then just practice a little bit more. And then this is the one that a lot of people are kind of worried about. You're going to have to unlock 5 Portkeys. So be saving up your silver keys or be on the train for this. You have to actually unlock the Portkey at this time. So this isn't opening the Portkey and going into it. This is actually, it's suddenly unlocking. And so if they unlock before this point in the quest, then they don't count. You have to walk them out. So if you have silver keys, this is the time you're going to want to use them and time them so that they open once you get to this point in the quest. But this is going to be 5 of them, so you'll be getting 1 silver key from this. So basically, if you're going to be using silver keys between now and then, don't, because you're probably going to want to use them during the Brilliant event. This one's going to need a lot of silver keys, unless you just want to use gold keys and then just do a lot of really short port keys to get it done. There will be 3K port keys, and those will be popping up quite a bit for the Brilliant event, so only 3Ks, but that's still going to mean 15 kilometers of distance traveled for this if you just do the 3Ks. Number 2, let's come down here to the 4th section. You're going to have to use 3 dark detectors, so this will be a fun time. After all of that, you're going to want to go to an inn. Then you're going to have to return 7 high threat or higher foundables, and then you're going to have to collect 20 fragments. So everything in all 4 of these quest series are just foundables, so you're not going to be anywhere near a fortress. So my general suggestion is find a place outside of a flagged zone, and a place with a lot of inns and a lot of spawns. And you're just going to want to stay in that area because you should be able to get everything done in there except for the distance of walking the Portkeys. This can be a great time if you have a community to get together, focus around a bunch of inns, and you can all work together putting out dark detectors and collecting everything that's needed. So all of these quests are pretty easy except for the 5 Portkeys you have to open up. But even then, it's just 5 Portkeys, and you're probably going to want those anyways to complete all of the foundables in this. So once you complete all those, we do have the bonus assignments this time. Number 1, you're going to have to return 15 high threat level or higher foundables. Now, this one should be relatively easy if you have a bunch of dark detectors going. High threat level foundables are all over the place, but also Fox and Dumbledore will be high threat level, so it shouldn't be much of a difficulty at all to get 15 of those. This one, though, is, wow, you're going to have to unlock 10 port keys. Whew. 10 portmanteaus have to be unlocked. So for this whole thing, you're going to have to do 15 of them if you want to complete all the bonus assignments. So yes, if you're just going to be doing the 30s, the 3Ks, that's 30 kilometers in the week. It shouldn't be that hard, but still, that's a lot of port keys, especially if you're just going to be using a gold key. So a lot of people are going to want to get the silver keys and spend a little bit of the gold coin to get those. Especially if you want to get all those. That's a lot of port key distance. This would be a very, very, very good time for them to introduce Active Sync. Hint, hint, please. We all want it. Okay, enough of that. Last up, you're going to have to return Brilliant Dumbledore 30 times. So it shouldn't be too difficult. You have an entire week to do it. Depending upon how long it takes you to get the rest of them. 30 Dumbledores, get on it. For all of that, you'll get 15 green books, which will mean that I'll be like 13 green books short. Yay! If you didn't go to FanFest, that means you're going to be, 43 green books short. Yay! For professors. The Magizoologists and Auras are like, oh yeah, green books. Yeah, we used to use those. But let's actually look at the foundable lists and what we're going to be getting. Number 1, we will have Fawkes and Dumbledore. So these will be the wild encounters we'll be getting. You'll need 15 of each of those for the total stamp in your book. Number 2, we're going to have the event tasks, so the Brilliant Owl Post, as well as the Jug of Pumpkin Juice. Ooh, pumpkin juice. Those will be from event tasks, so as long as you're actually completing the event tasks, you will be able to get those. Next, we have Professor Trelawney, and this will come from the portmanteaus. You'll need to open at least 5 of them, but you'll be doing a lot more than that, so don't worry about Professor Trelawney. As long as you're opening at least 5 of the Brilliants, you'll be able to get her. And last, we're going to have Professor Burbage. Ooh, someone new, someone different. I kind of like this one, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how they work her into the storyline. Particularly on this one, I want to see the dialogue that pops up with that. You'll be getting this from Wizarding Challenges, and so this is the only reason to do Wizarding Challenges during this entire time is this one particular stamp. So you're going to have to collect a few of the brilliant runestones to do this, but wow, there really isn't too much to this event. It's a fairly straightforward event. A lot like most of the Brilliants thus far. Yeah, you're going to have to complete the tasks and collect your stamps. So let's get out and do this. This one should be kind of fun, but I am really looking forward to the dialogue on this. Also, I'd love to hear your ideas if there's any particular tips or tricks you're planning on using or things to make it a little bit faster for you. I'm really looking forward to seeing who actually gets to complete this first and fastest because there's a lot of port keys that be opened. There's going to be 15 of them, so even if you had all 8 ready to pop, you're still going to need another 7. The people who get this done really fast are still going to have a hard time, and it's probably going to take them longer than a couple hours. So let me know your thoughts on that. I'd love to hear that. So I think that'll about do it for today. I'm looking forward to Community Day coming up. I'll probably be putting out another video about the Brilliant event on Sunday, just with a few heads ups and get ready for it like I normally do. But if there's anything particular you'd like me to cover in that, let me know. I will hopefully be putting out a video tomorrow, but if not, it probably won't be until Sunday or Monday, as I'm going to be gone the next couple days doing a long distance race. If you'd like to follow me, I will actually be putting up information on that on my Instagram page, on the Wood by Wright Instagram page, not on the Wizards Unite Instagram page. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. And I'll actually be putting out posts from me on the trail, a 24-hour race through the woods in northern Wisconsin in January, carrying all of the survival gear on my back. It'll be a lot of fun. 100 kilometers of absolute crazy. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to Community Day and the Brilliant event, and we're starting to get back into the churn of the game. So I hope you like this. If you did, please let me know in the comments below, and I think that'll about do it for now. And until next time, have a magical day. Okay, we have a chocolate frog, and this one actually comes to us from Expecto Go, one of my favorite Wizards Unite WooTubers. Him and his wife both do some amazing things, and I'm looking forward to actually hanging out with them here soon. We got to hang out at FanFest, but I want to do it again. So let's see, what do we get inside of this one? We get, Hindress of Woodcroft, the founder of Hogsmeade and the 3 broomsticks.